Most people think wealth is all about fat bank accounts, fancy cars, and designer clothes, right? But what if I told you that wealth is really about how you manage your life, your habits, and your mindset? I've tried different lifestyles over the years, from living in the fast-paced, glamorous city of Shanghai to becoming a digital nomad and traveling the world. And through it all, one thing became clear to me. Wealth isn't just about how much money you have, it's about how you manage what you have. So today, I'm sharing the 5 minimalist habits that have made me feel truly wealthy, mentally, emotionally, and yes, financially. Ready to challenge the idea of what it means to be rich? Let's go! So the first mindset is focus on what truly matters. Minimalism is about cutting through the noise and focusing on what truly matters. When I first started downsizing my life, I realized how much time and energy I had wasted on things that weren't adding value. For example, I used to spend hours shopping for clothes online, convincing myself that I need the latest fashion trends to feel good about myself. But after embracing minimalism, I drastically cut back on my shopping habits. Instead of buying new clothes, I invested that time into things that brought more joy into my life. I began reading more books, spending quality time with my family, and going on nature walks. On weekends, I replaced a shopping spree with a hike in the countryside. That hike didn't cost me a dime, but the peace and fulfillment I felt afterward were priceless. And here's the funny thing. When you focus on experiences rather than things, you stop feeling the need to buy stuff to fill emotional voids. You stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, and guess what? You save money without even thinking about it. Minimalism naturally leads to financial freedom because you are no longer chasing things to make you feel happy. The happiness comes from within. So the second one is live below your means. Wow, I really love it. Okay, here's a truth bomb. No matter how much money you make, if you are constantly spending more than you earn, you will never feel wealthy. I didn't always understand this. Growing up during China's economic boom, I thought prosperity was a given. Everyone around me was buying houses, cars, and indulging in luxurious lifestyle. So naturally, I followed suit. I bought a house in Dali, China, because it seems like the thing to do. But then reality hit. The pandemic came, the economy slowed down, and I was stuck with a mortgage that felt like a heavy burden. It was a wake-up call. I realized that living above my means, even with a good income, was a trap. When your outgoings are bigger than your income, no matter how much you earn, you're setting yourself up for stress. Here's how I flipped the script. I began living below my means. I stopped using credit card and cut down on unnecessary expenses. For example, instead of dining out regularly, I started cooking at home more often. This simple shift not only saved me money, but also gave me more control over my diet and health. The less I spent, the less financial anxiety I felt. For anyone out there thinking, but I don't even own a house, so this doesn't apply to me. Well, think again. Whether it's overspending on clothes, gadgets, or dining out, anytime you are regularly spending beyond your income, you are setting yourself up for financial stress. By living below your means, you free up resources for what truly matters, whether that's saving, investing, or spending on things you genuinely love. Mindset number 3, the best investment is in yourself. If you're waiting for me to tell you the next big stock tip or real estate investment, sorry to disappoint. The best investment you can make is in yourself. I know that sounds cliche, but stick with me. The time and money you spend on yourself, whether it's learning new skills, improving your health, or growing your mindset like what you are doing now, will always pay off. Let me share a personal example. A few years ago, I was spending money on things that didn't add long-term value, like constantly upgrading my tech gadget or buying trendy clothes. But once I shifted my focus to personal growth, everything just changed. I started investing in books that expanded my mind, taking online courses to build new skills, and dedicating time to journaling and exercising. A small habit I picked up was morning walks while listening to audiobooks or podcasts about personal finance, health, or mindset. This time became my most productive learning period, and the knowledge I gained started influencing every part of my life. I began making better financial decisions or prioritizing my health and even discovering new career opportunities. Over time, this small investment in myself compounded, leading to a richer, more fulfilling life. So speaking of compounding, you probably heard the term in the world of finance, where small investments grow exponentially over time. The same principle applies to personal growth. Every day you invest in yourself builds towards a better future. Whether it's developing new skills or building healthier habits, this investment will serve you for a lifetime. Mindset number 4 is spend on what you truly love, not what you like. One of the biggest misconceptions about minimalism is that you never spend money. But minimalism isn't about being frugal for the sake of it. It's about being intentional with where your money goes. For me, that means spending more what I truly love, not just what I like. Here's an example. I love traveling. For me, spending money on a flight to a new country or an Airbnb in a unique location brings me immense joy. So I happily allocate part of my budget to travel because the experiences and memories I gain are worth every penny. On the other hand, I'm not into the latest tech gadgets or designer clothes, so I don't spend money there. I used to think that having the latest iPhone or the trendiest wardrobe would make me happy. Well, but after embracing minimalism, I realized that those things were just temporary highs. I now prefer to invest in experiences that aligns with my value and passions, like travel, art, and learning. These are the things that enrich my life in the long run. So here's the takeaway. Identify what you truly love and spend your money there. It could be travel, a hobby, or anything that brings you genuine joy. Just make sure it's not about impressing others or fitting into society's expectations. When you align your spending with your values, you will feel richer and more satisfied with every dollar you spend. Mindset number 5 is practice gratitude for what you have. Here's where minimalism and wealth truly intersect. Gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a game changer. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. And when you stop obsessing over what you're missing, you begin to feel wealthy in ways you never imagined. For instance, every night before I go to bed, I take a few minutes to think about 3 things I'm grateful for. It might be something as simple as the comfort of my bed, the warmth of my morning coffee, or the support of a friend, right? This practice helps me see the abundance in my life rather than what's lacking. When you focus on gratitude, you stop feeling the need to acquire more. You realize you already have enough. In fact, this mindset has helped me curb my spending. I no longer feel the need to buy new clothes or gadgets to feel happy because I'm constantly reminding myself of how much I already have. Gratitude has this incredible way of making you feel wealthy, even when your bank account isn't overflowing. It's a shift in mindset that brings peace, contentment, and yes, financial clarity. So there you have it, 5 minimalist mindsets that have completely transformed my relationship with wealth. I no longer measure my wealth by how much I own, but by how rich my life feels. If you are tired of chasing material things and want to feel truly wealthy, start by adopting this mindset. Until next time, stay minimal and stay wealthy. See you, bye!